To do this, I must become someone else. I must become something else. And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Silent but Deadly, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Chief Something Else.
I knew you were gonna go with that. I would have had a picture of because when you said it, I thought they were talking about like the other guys, but that's okay. Matter of fact, let's jump into it.
We used to be called other.
We used to be called other. Other is too much now. Other is that's last decade.
Yeah, we were the other box. Now we're something else.
Now you're something else. Like okay, but you know what? Maybe it was an homage.
Alive.
Oliver Queen is alive.
Now I will fulfill my father's dying.
Maybe something else, something more. Whatever he says, the arrow. I fucked it up, but that's okay. But yeah. Anyway, good news for everybody. We gotta let the whole thing play out, mainly because when Trump got beat, that's what it was like. Everybody just thought it was like this. The Death Star blew up. The second one, of course. I want to throw that in also. But that's the whole point. So yes, we have a new president. We have president-elect. Matter of fact, honestly, Eli, this is the weirdest fucking election I think in my lifetime I've ever seen. Because here's the thing. It's been a week. It's almost been a week since it's happened. And technically it's still not even over yet.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, all the votes haven't even been sent in yet. Georgia was at 99% headed towards Biden, and they stopped. So Georgia actually hasn't voted for anybody yet, officially. Other states, I think Alaska, Nevada. Yeah, no, Nevada has. But I think it's Arizona. So we're still waiting for votes to come in on this. Like, what is going on? First off, how did election day become election week? How has it been a whole week when this come in? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm trying to figure that out. And it's just the weirdest thing. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I've been talking to everybody, and it's just crazy that we're getting so many. So this taking so long for it to come in. But anyway, that's why we only can say right now.
Yeah, I seriously didn't think Biden was going to win.
I didn't think he was either. Yeah. I don't think he was going to win.
Yeah,
it was so crazy because when it first started, it looked really bad for him. It looked like Trump was just going to win this with a landslide again. But they kind of front load. They let all the basically like red states first. That's why it looked like he was going to win.
Well, that's because Trump told he tried to fuck up the post office, and then he told everybody to vote in person during a pandemic.
Right.
That he kept saying was a hoax, and they believed him, and that's his own damn fault.
Right. So that's the thing. All the crazy shit. That's the thing, Eli. We now live in a post-Trump world. We don't know how to act now. Like all the crazy shit that was going on right now. Like, oh, we don't have to pay attention to him anymore. We could just treat him like a crazy dude now. Now we actually have somebody that's halfway saying, yes, he's fucking ancient, old as hell, but hey, he's not Trump. That's the main thing about it.
Yeah, he's an actual politician.
Right, that's the thing.
Who's worked in government, who knows how to run government shit.
He's just another regular crooked politician.
Yeah, he just controls the money. That's all we vote for is where money goes. People act like they're voting for their best friend. They act like they're yeah, you keep believing that. You have the freedom to believe that all you want. America, fuck yeah.
A new era begins. 2000 Band Reborn. Oh, yeah. New listener, Marco Hernandez, thank you for listening. Thank you. We appreciate your no matter how cracked out it is, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for listening. You know. We won't be talking about politics.
We really won't, because
we
we're
won't.
not that type of show. We really don't. Like I said,
We're
this
too
shit-
stupid for that. We're
right. Honestly, the only reason I'm really bringing this shit up because we just wanted to bring it up to a nerd angle on this whole thing of it. Because, like I said, we've seen ESPN and well, not ESPN, but CNN, Fox News, and they call Eli. What was it? The other guys?
Something else.
Something else. So,
yes.
So
we weren't even in last place. Asians had more percent of voters than Asians.
here's the thing, Eli. We're in this alone. I thought the Hispanics were with us, but no, they voted for Trump.
There's a bunch of them voted for a bunch of minorities voted
like
for
the majority. He got the majority of the Hispanic votes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So Eli, it's just us. It's just you. Fuck that black and brown. No, black and red. That's it. Nobody else.
Yeah, because something else. I mean, well, natives. I keep calling us something.
You're gonna get canceled.
Arizona is the first time it turned blue in decades, and that's
Right.
because of the native vote. I mean, if you look at the voting population map, all the blue counties are all the reservations. You know,
Nice.
and that's
Okay.
because the Navajo Nation got devastated by COVID this year. You know, I had a friend, old college friend, who passed away from it, who was down there, and they flipped the vote in Arizona, in Wisconsin. I mean, shit, the American government is based on the Iroquois Confederacy. You know, so for the fact that the original inhabitants of this continent get called something else.
Right.
Aren't just, you know, America, that's how it is.
That's America.
And that was CNN. Like
right.
the
So I'm
liberal
thinking it was
channel.
Fox News doing it the whole time.
That was
Just like
CNN, yeah, the liberal, the snowflake channel. That was
right.
who did that shit.
Oh, everybody calling Joe Biden. Oh, I'm so 2000 Man Reborn. You have read my mind. You have been listening to this podcast way too long because the same thing you were thinking was the same thing I was thinking. Eli, this is not a coincidence.
Oh, yes.
This is not a coincidence right here because there is no way you can tell me when they made Captain America old in Endgame that somehow he looks exactly like Joe Biden does. And I'm going to take it a little bit even further. People making here's another reason people are making that connection between Captain America and Joe Biden because of this. And this might actually help them win the election. Have you seen? I know you've seen this.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I thought he was Black Panther for a second. But I have to
No, that's the thing. Black Panther shows up. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
right now.
I did see that video where they changed it to the states and stuff.
Right, they changed to the states. And this one, like, this is Georgia. And then when Black Panther takes his mask off, are they going to show it? There we go. It's Obama. So I'm thinking this will help them win the election alone by itself. So this is insane. That's why people get in. I think just making a connection between Captain America and Joe Biden, people are like, hey, he looks trustworthy. You know, Captain America, Chris Evans looked like that in like 80 years or whatever. So fucking might well vote for him. So
yeah. And you know what? I watched Infinity War and Endgame back to back, like half the day, 6 hours. Took up most of my day.
I didn't know you were so dedicated, Eli.
Yeah, and I gotta say, that story, the Endgame, the Infinity War saga, is very fitting for this year. You know, just what happens. It's just, you know, the first part, all this fucked up shit happens. Half the fucking, you know, roster gets killed and shit. And then you go into Endgame and the world's all fucked up and everyone's still bickering and shit. And, you know, struggling to come together. You know, everyone's struggling to come together. And I'm not even talking about the political divide. Just everybody struggling to unite against an outside threat. And I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about like the outside threat being COVID or unemployment or just a fucked up year that's been happening. That outside threat, the shit we've been dealing with this past year, everyone ends up coming together and defeating, you know, hopefully. So we're
This was a united effort. This was a united effort. Yeah.
So right about now in Endgame, we're at like, you know, we're at where Captain America's standing there and on your left and all the portals open and everybody shows up to back him. That's where we're at You know what I'm saying? That's where
That's
we're
why
at.
everybody was
We
in the
still
street.
got, yeah, we
partying and
still got the
celebrating.
end of the year to get through.
Still got 3 more months.
And-
Plus,
and the
Trump is still on
native-
Twitter. Yeah.
And the native guy on the skateboard that was skating, drinking cranberry juice to the Fleetwood Mac song, that native guy, Dogface, whatever, 420, he's like Ant-Man, basically. He shows up and gave us all hope and gave us a way, you know. He showed up and said, you know, it's gonna be all right. Just his laid back vibe.
Right. The postal workers, they were partying after the mail-in came in because they've been working their ass off. Plus, Trump's been putting so many regulations on them to making them work overtime just to get it done. So, yeah, this is like collected effort, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm a Star Wars fan. I don't know what it's like. This is the closest we're gonna feel to the Death Star blowing up. That's what I feel. You know.
Yeah, the Death Star hasn't blown up yet. We're like, you know, we just took out the shield generator in Jedi. Now we got to go in.
We got to blow this thing and go home.
We
Okay.
got to send Wedge and Lando and Nine Numb in there to blow the shit up and get the fuck out. You know,
Because the thing is, this isn't over. Trump still doesn't even believe that he lost yet.
Yeah.
So, and he's mobilizing. He has I'm trying to think, what is it called? It's a new thing he just made like a few hours ago. It's called, what is it called? The Election Defense Task Force.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me an email to join. I'm not going to, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna, drag it out because we all knew he was gonna do this shit.
Right.
We all knew he was gonna resist it and say it was rigged and all this shit, and he was getting that wacky Catholic chick on the Supreme Court to try and back him and all this shit. We knew what he was doing, but at this point, I think the Republicans they don't need him. They got the Senate. McConnell is gonna block everything Biden does for at least 2 years. So they really don't need Trump, and I don't see them letting him fuck up the integrity of the party. So I think it's just gonna be some sad shit. He's gonna go out all sad and pathetic. I mean,
that's the thing. I mean, like I said, we only got like 2 more months, 3 more months of whatever this crazy shit that Trump's gonna do. Because think about it now. He is out of a job, he's high on steroids, and he has his finger on the nuclear button. So we're in for a interesting end of 2020.
I see him fucking up the stimulus checks. I see him looting Social Security.
Oh, we're not gonna see a stimulus check. You can kiss your ass. That shit goodbye.
He's gonna do a bunch of shit to pout, and
Thank you, Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
All right. So like I said, a lot of crazy shit going on. So it's gonna be a wild ride. Just think about it. Just all this crazy shit that Trump is doing right now, because the same thing people are saying that Biden's gonna take my guns away. He can't take your guns away. Second Amendment. He's gonna raise our taxes. He's raising rich people taxes. If you don't make $400,000 a year, stop crying. It don't include you.
Yeah.
So, but Biden, I want my damn student loans gone though. I remember you said that shit on July the 18th in
That's
Pennsylvania.
what I'm saying. McConnell's gonna block all that shit. The free college, the free health care. He's gonna block. That's why Biden needs to do some Palpatine plotting for like the next couple years.
I was just about to say, that's where I was going.
Yeah, before he even introduces any of that shit. Because hey, we all got to still. There's the midterm elections coming up in 2 years. We got to get some of them seats back. So
So that's the thing. People want to know, how did Trump come to power? Even people that aren't supporters of Trump, how he came to power. Watch the Star Wars prequels. I know we banned Star Wars on this podcast, but I'm telling you, watch the Star Wars prequel. They pretty much tell you everything that Palpatine did to get into power. Trump did the same shit. It's almost like he sat there, watched George Lucas movie, and took notes. I'm like, oh, this had become a evil Palpatine figure. He exposed corruption in government, which the government has. He did that. He started fear mongering. He got in the right people's pockets at the right time.
Yeah.
He basically
created a divide.
Yeah. Right. All this is what pretty much every dictator in history has ever done to gain power. That's what they've all done.
Yeah.
This is no secret. That's why George Lucas is just writing a playbook on what they all do. And Trump, I'm not saying he studied Star Wars or Palpatine, but he damn sure studied them other dictators.
Oh yeah. He was smooching with North Korea and
because that's what they did to get into power. So
he wanted tank parades and put all his family in power and gave all his family all the government jobs and shit. And
right. So I'm just so glad we were able to stop this before it got really insane. Because here's the thing.
I was getting scared, especially when the pandemic hit. I thought, okay, here's this chance to really seize power, but he fucked that up. So that's when I was like, okay, this guy ain't smart enough to be a dictator.
Right. Because here's our thing. Biden may not make it another 4 years, but if Trump was in charge, we wouldn't make another 4 years. So one of these things ain't gonna happen. So can we move past that?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to some good news. Hey, that was good news. Fuck it. This is like the happiest podcast we've had in 2020. Because I went back and listened to all that old shit. We were depressed as hell, Eli. Oh shit. Let's go. Oh no, this ain't good news. What the fuck was I thinking about? This is bad news. Yeah, rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got a little bit too happy for a second. Yeah, it's crazy. Sean Connery last week, Alex Trebek this week. So
yeah,
I mean, like I said, he announced
all these cool motherfuckers are dying, and all the assholes just stay alive.
Right, it doesn't make any sense because Alex Trebek never did anything to anybody. All he did was just make this cool ass nerd game show. That's all he did. That's been
made
around.
Us smarter. He made us.
He made us all smarter. I grew up thinking that Alex Trebek was the smartest man on the planet. And all we know, he might be.
Oh, what up, Shannon?
Big fear. What Trump does and is good at it. Yes, that's the thing. But here's the thing. Yes, he is a fearmonger. But the thing is, hopefully that his power is not as much. Hopefully he'll just be another regular guy, or maybe he get even more powerful. We don't know. Yeah. Like I said, we'll see. Anything else we got to say?
Yeah. Well, Alex Trebek. Back to Alex Trebek. Yes, Jeopardy, host of Jeopardy. Mm-hmm. I know he was battling cancer for the last couple of years. He went public with it.
Yeah, he went public with it.
But other than Jeopardy, he was also on The X-Files, one of my favorite episodes.
Did he do anything else other than Jeopardy? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, he was, and I was a big X-Files fan, and he did one of my favorite episodes where him and Jesse Ventura play Men in Black on an episode. It's hilarious. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So another thing that Alex Trebek did. So yes, rest in peace, Alex. Good journey, sir. So
yeah, made us all smarter.
Yeah.
So. Let's see. Hold up before we move on. What else we got here? Yeah, Shin, what you got? Yeah, said last new show is on. Oh yeah, that's how they do it. They record all these shows earlier and then they space them out. So yeah. Man, that's gonna be a tough one there. Man, 2020 is just gonna keep 2020. So, all right, Eli, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about this news. I know you didn't want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. This James Bond thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The 007. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. He has a cameo in the new Ryan Reynolds movie, Free Guy. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Free Guy's actually been taken off the schedule.
Yeah.
So we don't know
everything else. Yeah.
As everything else. And I feel like that almost should have been a topic we should have talked about, but it'll come up again. We'll talk about it later. Yeah. Or we've already talked about it at length. I can't even remember. But anyway, let's talk about James Bond, what's going on right now. So for those that don't know, even though this has already been news like back in March or some shit like that when the movie first was about to get announced, now it actually has been confirmed. The actual Lashana Lynch has confirmed that she is going to be the 007 in the new James Bond No Time to Die movie. If she looks familiar, she was Carol Danvers' friend. Yeah. Read between the lines. You know what I mean by that. So yes, but she's going to be the first black female lesbian James Bond. Not James Bond. Sorry. 007.
Checking all the boxes.
Checking all the boxes. Hey, that's what we do now. You can't. One is not good enough. Eli.
Yeah, everything but the something else box.
Right, something else box. We need more boxes. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, we're the most woke. We're the wokest geeks.
We take every box on outright geekery right now.
Yeah, we just need like a gay person now.
We just need one gay person to show up in this, or one woman show up. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we need or a woman. Yeah, we need. Yeah.
Right, just to check all the boxes. So that's the thing. Now people are getting excited over this. People are getting upset about this. People are getting mad about this. Here's the thing, Eli. This is what I think. This is not a big deal. This is nothing. This is nothing to get upset about. Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen, she's going to be the new 007 in the first third of the movie. James Bond will show back up. The only thing that separates her from anybody else is that James Bond won't be able to sleep with her because she's a lesbian. or he's that's about it. So she's at the end of the day, she's still gonna be just another Bond girl.
Is she gonna be like banging mad chicks though? Because that's what a 00's got to do, right?
I'll buy that for $1.
You got to be getting mad, fucking,
And you know what?
JJ.
Now, if they did that, I'd be surprised, but that is not going to happen. I think she's barely going to be in the movie.
I would totally watch them shits if they.
Right.
You just
Popcorn,
gotta,
I have to get extra box of popcorn.
you just got a bitch in every port, like 007.
Right, her
like
and James Bond going at it and shit like that.
in the same room and shit.
They're in
They're both trying to pick up the same chick or something.
Right. Now, see, we're writing a better movie than if you're gonna do it. Don't just do bullshit. But here's what's gonna happen. They're just gonna have her in a movie. She's gonna be just another James Bond girl that's gonna get in the background. She's probably gonna get killed in the last act, or just disappear, or just give him back to 00 status at the end of the movie, and that's it. So at the end of the day, this is nothing. She won't get another movie. She probably won't even be seen again after this. She'll just be popping up something else. So people getting upset about this, but they really shouldn't. And Eli, that's the thing. Like us, me, you, the box checkers, the check boxes. We need to stop getting so hyped up over this shit. We need to stop settling for this shit. Just being the sidekick, just being the best friend, just being the background. And we're getting happy just because it's representation in there. No, that doesn't work like that. If you're going to do representation, do it right, do it correctly. I haven't seen this movie. I don't know exactly what she's doing in this movie, but if it's what I think it's going to be in this movie, and like it is in every other Hollywood movie we've seen, where they just check a box and then just pat themselves on the back and just go do what the fuck they were doing before. No, we should not be settled for that. We should not settle for that. We should expect more. We should expect her. Now, if she had her own movie or even her own spinoff or anything like that, then I'd be more excited about this. Or if the movie was about her and James Bond was the sidekick, I'd be excited for that. But to just put her front and center just for her to be in the movie for like 20 minutes or some shit like that, and then she disappears.
Or that's just a new character who's cool. That's
right.
Black lesbian. That'd be cool.
Right. I mean, you know what? Let me see. Fan to get pissed off by it. You know what I appreciate? Let me see. Diversity, we got to get them demographics more money. Right. Like I said, it's a way to do it and it's a way not to do it. This is just, like I said, box checking. However, if you're going to do it like Christopher Nolan did with Tenet. If you're going to do something, do that route. He had the main protagonist in the movie was black, and he was making a James Bond movie. He made a black James Bond movie. If you're going to do that. And notice that he did not come out saying, "Oh, my first black this and first black that." He just did it. That's all. He just did it, and everybody just was excited for it. And like I said, John David Washington killed it in the role and stuff like that. So that's how it should be. But to just get excited for something,
you probably shouldn't say my first black anything.
Right? You've seen Chris Nolan. How many black people you seen other than Morgan Freeman in his movies? But he didn't, pat himself on the back for doing it. He just made a movie. That was it. Yeah. We should talk more about Tenet, but I'm not going to because I want to just fly past this shit. Eli, guess what? We are on the next section.
All right.
You're up.
Am I?
Yes, you're up. You were relaxing over there a little bit too hard. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do? Yeah. Because I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna just let you take over. Even though I know you showed me the clip, but
yeah. So I guess coming up in like 2 weeks, November 17th, there's gonna be a new Star Wars holiday special. Because everybody loves those, right? But this is a new one. That's going to be officially canon since the old one is not. Is it not? Is it canon or is it not?
Okay. Here's the thing. George Lucas specifically said, if I find a copy of that movie anywhere, I will destroy it. So according to him, it's not canon. But like I said, he sold it. And then in The Mandalorian, even though we should talk about this episode, but we're not going to. In The Mandalorian, there was a line dropped about Life Day. So The Mandalorian made the holiday special canon.
And he's got the same weapon as Boba Fett had in the holiday special, in that animation sequence. So Life Day Forever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So the original Star Wars holiday special, it's a pile of shit. Don't watch it. Really don't. It sucks.
I'll be honest with you, Eli. I think you should watch it.
I have.
You saying don't watch it. I'm saying watch it. I'm saying it's so bad you have to watch it because it's so bizarre. Here's the thing about it.
I suppose, yes. If you've never seen it, You can watch it just to see how shitty it is.
You have to watch it you have to watch it in context. Now, if you just watch it and you're expecting something in your head of what it's going to be,
don't pop some popcorn or anything for it.
It's not that.
Just
Here's the thing.
If you're at work or something and you can watch shit at work, then do it like
the holiday special was a product of its time because it was on TV. And what we didn't understand, because I was too young at the time when I watched it, that I didn't realize that it was a variety show. They were doing a Star Wars variety show. Yeah. Because at the time there was probably Sonny and Cher,
Carol Burnett,
Donnie and Marie, all this stuff like that. That's what they were doing. Now, in the context of 2020, people don't know what those shows are. But at the time, they were very popular. Now, I'm not saying that makes Star Wars Holiday Special better.
That's what Saturday Night Live is.
That's what Saturday Night Live is. So it's a variety show, right? Yeah. And Saturday Night Live, I think, debuted around that time.
Yeah, in the 70s, In
the 70s, all this stuff like that. So I'm not saying that makes Star Wars Holiday Special a better show, but you have to understand the context when you watch it. Still terrible. But when
they were using those really bad. Well, I mean, at the time, there were special effects for video, for TV, stuff they used for news.
Music videos.
Yes, and that's what they do because Star Wars broke all these special effects boundaries. So for the holiday special, even though it was on TV, they tried to do all these weird transitions and chroma key effects and stuff to make it look all weird and cool and shit. But it's pretty bad. I mean, but yeah, so. The old holiday special, it's bad. But now on Disney Plus, coming up in the next week, we have the Lego Star Wars holiday special.
Wait. Okay, it's a cartoon? I thought it was a video game.
No.
Oh, fuck. I'm fucked.
I was wondering why you put the video game.
I thought it was a video game the whole time. I thought it was like Lego Star Wars or some shit.
No, it's a Lego cartoon.
I should have watched it when you told me. I'm sorry. When you told me to click the link, I should have clicked the link.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Dad, VR sex. Yeah. Chewie, there's long sequences of just the Wookiees talking. It's not subtitled or nothing. They're just really long sequences of them.
Long as hell. Like 3 of them.
Yeah. Just, yeah, he puts on some VR thing and he sees
it was Donna Summers.
Was it Donna Summers? They dance and shit and
she was dancing.
Some weird sex device. I don't know.
Oh man.
But so anyways, so yes, the new Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. It is an animated show. Yeah, it's not a video game. It is an animated show premiering on Disney Plus. And I saw the trailer and it looks pretty fucking funny. I mean, the Lego movie, Lego Batman, it's like that. Where it's deconstructing the Star Wars myth. It seems it has the newer characters in it, but it has Rey sort of finding some sort of time device. And it kind of sounds like A Christmas Carol, where she goes back in time and goes to all the different periods in the Star Wars universe and meets all the old characters and stuff.
Goes to Christmas past, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's just like I said, it's got that the Lego movie sort of sense of humor. So thought it was funny, just the trailer. So I'm looking forward to it. So if you like the Lego movie, Lego Batman, huh?
When does it come out again?
November 17th. So a couple weeks.
Next week. Yeah, next week after next. Yeah. So okay.
Yeah,
you sold me. I'm sold. Okay, you sold me. I wasn't sold at first, but I'm sold now.
Yeah, not a video game. Not a video game.
Not a video game. Okay. All right. But this is a video game. Let's talk about this. Okay. Now, I said I wasn't going to talk about this again, Eli, but I got to talk about it. Okay. So we're going to talk about Marvel's Avengers. The reason we're talking about this is because Square Enix, the parent company of the game that made this game or whatever, they just announced that this game has lost them 6.2 billion yen.
Okay.
Now, sounds a lot, but it's like 48 million. Right. I got 42 billion yen in my pocket. No. They're calculating and they're estimating what they think it is. Somebody say they think it's somewhere between 48 million and 60 million in between that this game has lost them money. So they expected, this game to be one of the biggest selling games of the year. it has been a complete bomb. It is games that have like Anthem. People are comparing this to the Anthem, which was a game that completely bombed that nobody liked again. Anthem actually outsold this in the same period of time. Spider-Man PS4 outsold this game, and that's only on one system, just PlayStation. That's it. This is on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Spider-Man alone outsold it by
And
itself.
you said, and you were saying once you beat it, you're done, right?
Yes, you can't beat it again. Now, I've been following the game, and that's the thing, Eli. I'm going to talk about this game because people have been asking me, why the hell am I still playing this game? So
Yeah.
I sat back, I thought about it. Gabe hit me up. I don't know if Gabe's watching this or anything like that, but he hit me up. I did some soul searching, Eli, trying to figure out why am I still playing this game. And it's fun. Now, here's the thing. Everything people are saying about this game, about why they saying it's flop and why they saying it's bad, is completely true. Everything they're saying is up. First off, it had a bad E3 showing. The beta was buggy as hell. When they did show the game last year, like I said, the graphics look terrible. They're not doing MCU like characters, but they're doing just enough to remind you of the MCU. So it's like they're trying to play in that weird, space where they're trying to be MCU but not be MCU, and it's confusing. Instead of just doing their own art style separated, because I feel like Spider-Man PS4 isn't trying to be like the movies. It's just trying to be Spider-Man. It's taken from the source material. Where this feels like it's like really trying to take as much from the MCU as possible, while not really taking as much from the comics as possible. Now, I'm pretty sure all this stuff will be. Oh, and that's another problem about the game is that the game came out two months ago, and there's been absolutely no update. So, like I said, the game is short as hell. You beat the game's like 6 hours long. Once you beat it, then that's it. Now what I'm doing when I have fun with the game, I'm just like ranking up the characters, learning the moves, going to the training room, powering them up, stuff like that. For me, that's fun. People say the game is repetitive. In my opinion, all games are repetitive. I mean, how many times people go into Call of Duty and play the same exact map over and over again?
Yeah.
How much shit can you do on Madden? Like really, like not like the stadium changes or anything.
Yeah, I mean that you play or Mortal Kombat, or
Right.
a fighting game.
You play a fighting game. You get a lot of time people pick that one character, pick Scorpion or Sub-Zero,
Yeah,
and just play with them and don't touch anybody else.
That's one of the reasons why I don't play much games, because I ain't got the time to fucking do all this stupid shit. I just want to kick ass.
Right.
I just want to beat the shit out of people. I don't want to go in some fucking room and do some fucking crap and whatever. I don't care about Riddler trophies and shit.
That's for me. Right.
Yeah, I just want to kick ass. That's all
Right.
I got time for. I just want to whip ass.
And another thing about the game, I think, is not only is it false advertising, but I think the media has been saying false things about the game. First off, people thought it was going to be another game like Batman and Spider-Man, where you're just playing like a movie, where you just kind of like control characters, do basically an animated movie. It's not that. What the game is it's kind of a hybrid. It's like a looter shooter brawler slasher action RPG online MMO RPG. That's what the game is. So it's trying to do all this stuff, but the stuff
Check all the boxes.
right, diversity, right. So they're trying to, and that's
And you play as Kamala for half the game.
and that's another problem with the game. I think the game is a jack of all trades, masters of none. Because, like I said, it's got all these characters in the game, but are these the best versions of these characters I played in this game? Like, for instance, like you remember the game Hulk Ultimate Destruction, right?
Oh yeah, I enjoy
Fucking
it.
awesome game with her.
I
So
loved it,
why
yeah.
isn't, if the Hulk is in this game, why doesn't Hulk feel as fun to play as in this game as he did in that game by himself? Same thing with Captain America, same thing with Iron Man. Captain America had this game in 2012, I think, called Captain America Super Soldier. Please, if you can find a game, play it, find it. It's like $5. Find it $5. It's a fun ass game. It's like 5 hours, whatever like that. Fun ass game.
Did you just a quick question, that the new Marvel Ultimate Alliance, that's only on the Switch, right?
Only on the Switch, right?
Did you play it at all?
Nah, because I don't have a Switch.
Oh, I thought.
But
you
I played
had
the other ones, like part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see what we got. Apparently, what you make an Avengers game before a Disney Fox deal. Some fans are still salty at the Inhumans. Yeah, and that's another thing. It feels like this game took so long for it to come out. Like the ideas that they had to make this game are outdated. Like, for instance, like this type of game they're trying to play, like Destiny, Anthem. That's another game like that. They don't make Division was what I was looking for. They don't make those games anymore because people didn't like those type games. So they went away from the game, or they just went free. Like Destiny is a free game now, so they're not charging for that. And what else I was trying to say? Yeah, like the ideas like the Inhumans, not adding all the other characters. It does feel like something they were working on before the Fox deal, where they just throw just everything in it, because you can tell they've been working this game like forever. You know, that's why I feel like the game is struggling. But there are some false narratives going around about this game also that I think the media went out of their way to attack the game. And I feel like what they were doing was saying that the game is full of like microtransactions and all stuff like that. Not really. Like I said, the game is bare bones as of this moment, but they have a bunch of stuff in the pipeline. They got Hawkeye coming, Super Adaptoid is coming, of course Black Panther's coming, and Wakanda's supposed to be coming with like a special boss battle like this. So all this stuff coming, and here's the thing, all the stuff they're bringing is going to be free. They're not charging for that. The only thing they charge you for is like costumes and like taunts and stuff like that. Cosmetic stuff is all what they charge you for. So people are going out of their way to attack the game thinking it's full of microtransaction, but they actually promised everybody that all this, like the missions and characters and storylines, all that stuff, that's all going to be free in the future. You know, but here's what I wanted to talk about. We may never see that stuff, Eli, because when you lose 6.2 billion yen, Marvel might say fuck it and pull the plug. They've done this before. This is not something they haven't done before. It's plenty of Marvel games that have been out there, and when Marvel yanks the license, you don't see these games anymore. Like Marvel's Capcom, you can't find a game anywhere.
Oh yeah.
They yanked the license. That's it. There was a Deadpool game that came out, yanked the license. What was that? X-Men Origin Wolverine, remember that Wolverine PlayStation game?
Oh yeah.
Can't find it.
Fun.
Can't find it.
I remember playing that.
It was a fun game, and they would. And
that was my PS3. Yeah, I remember like that the save file was on my PS3 for like the longest.
Yeah, that game was old. Yeah, it was game of hell, but it was hard to find. And like I said, so if all that happened to those games, there's no reason why it won't happen to this game. Like they had this like 2-year plan to map out and put all this stuff out in this game. They may not make it there if the game keeps selling like it is, because Marvel just might just yank it, just be done with it. But like I said, they put so much money into it, they might keep it going. So who knows what happened? It's a weird world. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to talk about. Like I said, basically, long story short, everything they're saying about the game is true. But there's one thing that I think is not true, especially for me. People are saying the gameplay is boring. I don't think the gameplay is boring. The gameplay is boring when you first start playing the game. Once you start ranking up the characters, the more you rank them up, the more they feel different. Iron Man feels like Iron Man. Captain America like wall run and shield slash, and that he can do shit, you know. Black Widow was fun as hell. Black Widow plays damn like Devil May Cry on the game. She could like bounce between people and shit like that.
Yeah, I thought she was fun.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So people are saying that the game is boring to play. I don't think so. And that's a lot of reason why people aren't getting into it. But hey, it is what it is, like I said. So what do we got here? Have you heard Avengers version of Spidey is Sony exclusive? Oh, that is another reason why people are hating this game, because of exclusives. Because Spider-Man's coming to PlayStation alone. So, but I don't think, even though I'm saying that Marvel might do it, I don't think Marvel's going to pull the plug just because they spent a shitload of money. It's not like a mobile game. They're saying that they basically spent like in-game money on this shit. You know, but not getting in-game money returns, you know. Oh, what else we got? I guess we can move on to the next part of the podcast. Like I said, this is the Comic Book Bullies, where we talk about comic books eventually when we get there. And I guess we could just jump into it, Eli. We can talk about, I guess I go first.
Yeah, because I didn't read shit, so.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you didn't. All right, so let's start off with X-Men number 14. This is 10 of Swords. Which one is it? Yeah, 10, and not X of Swords.
Not Kiss of Swords.
Shit out you said not Kiss of Swords, not Cross of Swords. Do not say that around Gomer. He will lose his shit. So I'm trying to think. I can't read my.
The swords don't have X's on them, man.
Right. So I think it's like part 14 or 22 or some shit like that. But anyway, what's going on is that when we left off of 10 of Swords creation, now they're hanging out in Outer World or Other World or whatever you call it, place in Mortal Kombat, and Apocalypse is reunited with his wife Genesis, you know, and they're staring down at each other. I'm gonna just show you the panel. He's like, "Have you come to kill me, my love?" What was that shit? Oh, I'm sorry, that's Black Panther. Never mind. He's asking his wife, he's like, "Why are you here? Are you come to kill me?" He's like, "No, I'm not coming to kill you. I just came to talk." So they're staring each other down, but they're not going to do anything. She just said, here to talk because they told you a bunch of false truths about what was really going on, but I'm going to here to tell you the truth about what really happened. They told you I died. I didn't die. So she goes to this long story about what happens. Like I said, Hickman's kind of been telling the same story over and over again about how Krakoa has been split into 2 islands, and the other island went to this hell dimension, and his wife went down there with them. And pretty much everything plays out exactly how it was before, except the only thing differently is that instead of her dying, she killed Annihilation, chopped her fucking head off, and put the helmet on herself. That's pretty much the story. Oh, there's also some like mutant / demon hybrid soldiers and shit like that. Funniest thing about this story is that Apocalypse's sister-in-law is called Iska the Unbeaten. I'm gonna show you for a second. Actually, cool looking character. Now here's the thing: her superpower is that she can't lose. So when they were in this hell dimension and she realized that they can't beat the hell demons that was coming to kill them, she joined them because she don't want to mess up a perfect record.
Okay.
You know? So
what a sellout.
Right. Hey, she can't lose. She didn't say how she don't lose.
Sounds like somebody who ran for president.
Right.
Oh, bada bing.
Other than that, that's pretty much what happens. Other than that, they throw other insults at each other, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, some more sword fighting, no sword fighting, just a whole bunch of hell dimension background logic, and pretty much it. Nobody has thrown a sword yet, at each other. So I'm gonna give the book 3.5 out of 5. It was a cool backstory.
Apocalypse meets his old wife. That's it. They don't fuck or anything. Like
no, they don't because she talks shit to him the whole time. I completely. That's a whole plot point I forgot to mention. Okay, so she went to the hell dimension. She left Apocalypse on Earth because he was supposed to build a mutant army on Earth to come save them. 1,000 years passed. Apocalypse ain't did shit. He tried to build a mutant army. The X-Men kept stopping him.
But baby.
Right. So he had one job to do. He didn't do it. So she looking at him like, look, when we were together, they beat us and we were battle hardened. These X-Men are soft as shit. And I can tell just by you hanging around them, it made you soft as shit. So nah, she's not gonna fuck him. She's looking at Apocalypse like a beta male, So
what we got going on is what you got going on.
Oh man, so yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. It was just a cool story that kind of fills in the blanks about what's going on with this hell dimension called Amenth or whatever, Amenth. The characters that Hickman are creating for this character are cool. They feel very Black Order-ish. It feels on that level, and they were some cool characters. So.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was watching Infinity War. I'm like, man, that opening battle in New York with the Black Order and Iron Man and. That's so cool. Fucking Ebony Maw just doing Magneto shit.
My favorite part in that when Iron Man is telling Friday, we need to get the people off the street. We need to get everybody to the hospital. And then Doctor Strange does this bloop, and everybody just disappears.
Yeah.
And Iron Man go, winks at him. That part was awesome as hell. Oh shit! So who we got here? Apocalypse and the Extra Force, right? Yes. So the main bad guy of this story is his baby mama, his ex-wife. And she hates his ass because she gave him his ass to do one job, and he sat around for 1,000 years not doing shit.
Yeah. If she ain't happy, you ain't happy.
Right. I mean, he tried. Fucking Wolverine kept getting in his way. What he said. Oh shit! What you got next?
Oh, I guess I'll do Batman.
All right, cool. We got the Batman.
The Batman. James Tynion the Fourth. So this is right after, the remnants of the Joker War. We were introduced to this new character called the Ghost Maker.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a new vigilante, and he's going to be he's tired of Batman. Batman, the revolving doors, busting criminals and letting them go. He's like, he's here to do what Batman won't. And he also has this like wicked ass tech. He's all like full of tech and shit. And he's like Batman used to be. And yeah, and you remember Batman is now in the city. Remember he gave up, Wayne Manor. He lost all his money. He lost all his toys. So he's moved to the city. So he's got better internet access, and he's got Oracle helping him out and shit.
Like
But-
Barbara Gordon helping him out.
Yeah, she's Oracle now.
Oh, he went old school. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, her book ended, so she's not doing shit. So
Yeah. And but this ghost guy, Ghostmaker, he's got this thing called the Ghost Net, and it like predicts crime, kind of like a Minority Report.
nice.
So he can
okay.
predict crime and shit. So meanwhile, we got Batman. He's going after this old Joker crew called the Grinners. They're like Joker goons who've been exposed to Joker toxin so much that they got the smiles permanently on their face, and no other like crime.
It feels
crew
like
will-
three Jokers. Did we just read three Jokers?
Yeah, well, they all have like smiles. They're all a bunch of Joker goons, and they just can't stop smiling because they've been around Joker's poison too much, and no other crime crew will hire them. So they just call themselves the Grinners. So Batman goes to one of their hideouts and shit because he's thinking, well, Clown Hunter, he's, even though he warned Clown Hunter not to do shit, he still
He knows
thinks,
he's not gonna listen, right?
yeah, he knows he's not going to listen. So he tracks down these old Joker goons thinking, okay, Clown Hunter's going to fuck these kids up. I better stop him. So he goes into the place and everybody's dead. Like they're like mauled and shit. And this guy's like, wait a second. This is too sophisticated for Clown Hunter. Clown Hunter was just a kid with a baseball bat with batarangs and spikes and shit. This was like, really
Surgery.
sophisticated.
Yeah.
Like a pro did this shit, a professional assassin. This is like some Deathstroke shit, and Oracle's like, yeah, how the hell did he like bypass my security? We would have seen him, because we got the whole town under surveillance. Well, he's like, and then he sees this logo, and it's like the Ghostmaker logo, and he's like, oh, this fucking guy. So as it turns out, the Ghostmaker is from Bruce's past, back when he was like, like in year 1 or year 0, when he was going around training and shit, training around the world with,
Was he Batman yet? Or
he wasn't Batman yet. He was still learning how to fight and shit. And he was in Ireland, and there was this dude who was like a knife fighter who kept kicking Bruce's ass every time they fought. So he's like, this is that fucking one Irish guy. So I got to go find him. Anyway, we cut to Harley Quinn, and she's like being stalked by the Clown Hunter. So Clown Hunter is about to kill Harley Quinn. He doesn't know that she's like good now or whatever. That
I mean, even if not, I mean, it's Harley Quinn. She's like a trained assassin by Task Force X and Amanda Waller and shit. So
yeah,
killing her shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, but she's a clown, so Clown Hunter's like, scoping her out. She's in her apartment. He's got his sights on her. He's scoping her out, and he's got a fucking missile launcher. So he's right about to blow up Harley Quinn.
How did he get all this shit? I think he's just like a prep school kid or something.
He's got like pipe bombs and shit. Like, here's the panel. Like, where's the panel here? I'll show you the panel. Yeah, he's like on the roof, and he's got like a bunch of pipe bombs and shit. I think he's just gonna like throw some kind of makeshift like launcher that's going to launch pipe bombs at her or whatever.
Cool.
But anyways, the Ghostmaker shows up. Wrong panel. Where is it? This one. He's like, oh shit. Like, who the fuck are you? I was like, yeah, you can't be doing this shit, man. You're a criminal. You got, I got to stop you and shit. So the fucking Ghostmaker is right about to kill Clown Hunter, but then Batman shows up, and then they start fighting. He's like, hey, I remember you. You're that asshole from Ireland and shit. And they start fighting. And it's like, your ways of doing things is over. You can't, serve the city the way you should. I'm here to take over. Blah blah blah. And they just kind of get into like a,
Okay, let's backtrack. Okay, so Clown Hunter's trying to kill Harley Quinn. But Ghost Hunter's trying to kill Clown Hunter. Mm-hmm. Batman's trying to fight Ghost Hunter and Clown Hunter and Harley Quinn probably. Okay.
Yeah. So Clown Hunter's right about to get like Ghostmaker's right about to kill Clown Hunter, and Batman shows up like, you ain't killing this kid. I'm not gonna let you kill this kid. And then they start fighting.
Like a Mexican standoff the whole time. Okay.
And they start fighting and shit, and it just says to be continued. So yeah. It was sort of a setup story. Not much happened. They're just introducing the shit. You know,
I mean, it's a new arc, so
yeah. So not much happens other than they're just introducing characters and what they do. I am interested. I think that's cool that we have all these. It's like it's the same old Batman story. Like we've seen these stories before, but I like the little twists that, or just what James Tinian's bringing to it. You know, I like the fact that here's another vigilante going against Batman, and then you have
right
Clown
from his
Hunter.
past.
Yeah. Then here you have Clown Hunter, who's another vigilante, and you know, and then you got Harley Quinn in there, who's sort of like this wild card. Is she bad? Is she good? You know, I'm looking forward to what happens. That, you know, not much happens here, but I'm still.
Does Lucius show up?
No, he's not in this. This is just
Okay.
yeah, it's just them two, and
Because I feel like what he's doing with Bruce's money, I feel like that's going to be a storyline down the road. So.
Yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, like I said, not much happens. It's just setup. It's just a, you know, a transitional issue to, you know, what happens next. So 3 out of 5.
Cool. Let's see what 2000 Man Reborn got for a DC, making a Gotham vigilante for New Future for Life. I mean, it's just like a bunch of vigilantes just run around and shit, just fucking up people. But yeah.
I mean, Clown Hunter, I like Clown Hunter. I've liked him from the get go. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Punchline is getting her own book.
Of
coming
course.
up in
I think it's a
November.
one shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 48-page one shot. Yeah, so
Okay.
whatever.
All right. So next book we're going to do. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay. DCeased, Dead Planet number 5.
All right.
People have been keeping up with it. This is the DC zombie book. Crazier shit going on with this book. So while we talk about Darkseid is a zombie coming back to destroy the universe, that's not even the worst thing that's going on right now. The worst thing is going on right now is that Trigon is also coming back, because since the world has gone into fucking chaos and nobody's here to stop him because the magic people are using their magic to stop the zombies, nobody's there to hold him back. So not only is Darkseid coming, Trigon's coming also. And Constantine knows this because he talked to Demon, the Etrigan the Demon, because he's gone to hell, and you know he hears shit going on right now. He like looks at Constantine like, why have you summoned me? You something. I can't read the shit. Let me read it because he got bars. Oh, here we go. Why have you summoned me, you Merlin wannabe? Right. No, he just beats on the table, you know. That's why I like Etrigan, man. He got bars. His flow is fire. So yeah, so he's doing all this shit. He's basically telling him, and while rhyming and shit like that the whole time, is that Trigon will be here in 3 days. He's gonna fuck up everything. And then that's basically the only reason he did it, because he's trying to get Swamp Thing to help him out, because he's trying to tell Swamp Thing, if you don't help us out, they're gonna destroy the planet, and they destroy the planet, they're gonna destroy the Green. So, like it or not, you have a vested interest in what's going on right now. So they're like, okay, Constantine, I hear you. Even though Swamp Thing and Constantine got a long history and they actually really hate each other, but he needs some Swamp Thing's help to help him. So Constantine is putting together a team. He tells Swamp Thing he's putting together a team, and the first person he goes to is Batman. And of course, you know, Batman in this universe is Damian Wayne, because Batman turned into a fucking zombie. So Damian talks to Constantine, and Constantine's like, I need your help. And Damian's like, if you lie to me, I'll know. Constantine's like, no, you won't. All right. So basically they have some kind of thing. And also, yeah, I've got to show you this. The team is basically Batgirl, who is Orphan, or whatever you want to call her, Cassandra Cain. Cassandra Cain is here, Red Hood, and Ravager. So Jason Todd and Ravager are married. Damian just finds this out, and he hugs both of them, basically saying, welcome to the family. Ravager, if you have some deep-seated daddy issues, you're going to fit in just fine. She's like, oh, yeah, I got plenty of them, because, you know, Deathstroke is a daddy. So, yeah. So, basically, Swamp Thing travels through the Green, goes into this mystical village that Constantine can't get there because magic is not allowed there, called Nanda Parbat. Now, this is some inside baseball shit. I don't know what this is. I've heard the term before, but I know it's some DC shit that I don't really know about. But anyway, it's a magic town.
Is it like Green Arrow shit or something?
It was in Green Arrow, but this ain't what it is in the comics. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Shannon, I know you listening. Tell me who Nanda Parbat is. I know you know. Anyway, they followed Swamp Thing to Nanda Parbat because basically they use Swamp Thing as like a homing beacon because Constantine can track them. And this is crazy shit right here. The Nanda Parbat is filled with DC zombies also. And what they're telling them is that Damien is telling Red Hood and Ravager, you can't kill them because if we find the cure, we can save them. Well, damn, what can I at least shoot him and break some bones? Oh, yeah, you can do that. You know, so they finally get there and they see Dead Man. Oh, it's a cool panel right here. There's them just wilding the fuck out, just beating up zombies and shit, you know, like the Constantine magic motherfuckers and shit, you know. So they finally get to Nanda Parbat, and who's waiting for them is Dead Man. Dead Man, you know, Boston Brand, the dead ghost dude in DC Universe. And basically all the Nanda Parbat, you know, Shaolin monks or whatever the fuck they are, they fight the zombies while the heroes just go in there and just talk. So apparently there's this goddess in there named Rama Kuma. I don't know. Anyway, they're here. The reason Constantine is here is because he's here to Spirit of Destiny. Now, Spirit of Destiny has showed up in pretty much every piece of fiction you can think of. Spirit of Destiny is the spear that the soldiers use to stab Jesus in the side. And apparently the spear has magical powers. In any fictional story you ever seen this show up, it's got magical powers. That's what it does. Constantine steals it, stabs the Rama Kurat, whatever her name is, and she doesn't die, but it's saying that she was going to take about a few centuries to heal. So Constantine didn't kill her. So after that, after he takes the Spear of Destiny, he goes to his next place. He goes to the Rock of Eternity. Now, for those that haven't seen this movie, Shazam, the Rock of Eternity, is where the Wizard Shazam lives. You know, so that's where they go. But when they get there, they're met by Captain Marvel Jr., who has been zombified. Captain Marvel Jr., first thing he does, yeah, gotta show you this. This is fucked up. Because like I said, if you see a zombie Superman, that's the thing I don't understand. If Captain Marvel's been changed to Shazam, why do they still call him Captain Marvel Jr.? Anyway, neither side of the point. He's zombified. He slams right into Jason Todd. Jason Todd's dead. Damn near cracks him in half.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, Swamp Thing tries to hold him back, but of course can't hold him back. How do they beat him? Oh yeah, the zombie Shazam is a zombie also. And while she's looking at Jason Todd to see if she stabs him in the head with a sword. So the Wizard Shazam is dead. And the big thing going on right now, I gotta show you this, because they're here for the Shazam, for his staff. But the thing is, they can't use a staff because in order to use a staff, you have to be pure of heart. And none of them are pure heart. Damien's not pure heart, Constantine, Swamp Thing, blah, blah, also like that. Meanwhile, Cassie Kane grabs the staff and yells Shazam, boom, Batgirl Shazam. Because she is pure of heart. So now she has the power of
Cassandra
Shazam.
Cain?
Cassandra Cain, yes.
It's pure of heart.
Apparently, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that whether she is or not doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is she's the best hand-to-hand fighter in DC Universe, and she's the most powerful in DC Universe. All at the same time, Captain Marvel rushes her. She just beats the shit out of him like it's nothing. You know, stomps the shit out of me like he never stood a chance. Just let his ass have it. So Jason's dead because, you know, you can't survive getting, you know, attacked by Captain Marvel. Damien is fucking pissed because he basically said Constantine lied to him and didn't catch him. So he punched him in the face, knocks him out. And Constantine like, damn, you do hit like your old man, you know. And I think what happens at the end of this story. Oh, yeah, at the end of the story. So all this shit going on, Constantine has the Spear of Destiny and Shazam's staff. And that's when Spectre finally shows up. Spectre says, Constantine, both of these weapons you have right here can kill me. And I don't like that. You know, everything you're doing right now, all this bullshit going on right now, I can stop it anytime I want to. And Constantine tells him, okay, so why don't you? I'm going to tell you why you won't. Because since you're the spirit of vengeance, what is it, if you look inside my soul, what is it I really want? And then that's when he says, bye, John. You're like, bye, Spectre. That's it, because he knows what he wants. He wants vengeance. So he's justifying what he's doing, so he just leaves. The end. So, pretty cool story. Like I said, that's the thing about this. In each one of these stories, there's a what the fuck moment in these stories. Like Cassandra Cain becoming Shazam, that's a what the fuck moment for me. You know. So yeah, still cool story. 2 issues left in it. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I know it's gonna end too big. Like I said, if Darkseid is coming and Trigon is coming and all this other crazy shit, I have no idea how the story's gonna end. like I said, Tom Taylor, y'all. All right. You got another one? Or you got one. You got one more.
I got one more.
Okay.
I got that new Donny Cates book.
Okay.
Crossover.
Case, y'all. We're gonna keep it going.
Yeah, Donny Cates, y'all. His new book at Image, Crossover.
Mhm.
So this is basically, the concept is comic books come to life.
Mhm.
Yeah, DC is great. Nobody is safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that should be the canon, new canon.
Really? What they said there won't be a canon. That's what they said. So whatever.
Yeah. So Crossover, the new Donny Cates book. Basically, comic books come to life. There's some event that happens where the sky opens up and every comic book character comes into the real world, comes to life in Denver, Colorado. And they start fighting and destroying the city, and big disaster area because all these superheroes are battling in Denver. And then somehow one of the heroes puts a dome over Denver to sort of make a force field. So trap everybody inside. Of course, the world hates this, so there's this big anti-hero campaign going on. Population, people hate superheroes and comics and stuff, but there's still fans of there's still comic book fans who still like comic books. And we're in Nebraska, and this main character, her name is Ellie. She's like a comic book nerd. She's one of us. She dresses up in cosplay. She works at a comic book store. And eventually, at the end of the book, they find a kid who's from the comic book world, and she's got dots on her face, like the people from the comic book world.
Mhm.
Like that, you can. I don't know if you can.
Oh,
see
like
that.
the old 60s. Okay.
Yeah, like the print. That's how. Yeah, the people in comic books have that. That's how they
There's
look.
there's a term for that. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, the
but
print, the old print dots or whatever. The newspaper
yeah,
dots.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's from that world, the comic book world, and they're like, "Well, how did you get out of the Denver?" Because they got that force field over it. And she's like, "Oh, this man took me out." It's like, "Oh yeah, who was this man?" And she draws a picture of the man, and he they don't say his name, but he kind of looks like Superman.
Okay.
And that's where it kind of ends, to be continued. Kind of interesting. Not sure where it's going to go, but I think I kind of know what Donny Cates is doing. I think this is more of a comment on the comic book industry, comic book fans, comic book culture, and how comic book culture influenced pop culture and our modern day, culture now with the MCU and comic book movies. I think it's very meta. It's commenting on all that. In the beginning, there's that. It's got a quote from the Seduction of the Innocents.
Oh, really? Okay.
A book. The guy, the Wortham or whatever.
Mhm.
The world where it's a quote from his book. The world of the comic book is the world of the strong, the ruthless, the bluffer, the shrewd deceiver, the torturer, and the thief. In comic books, life is worth nothing. There is no dignity of a human being. That's the quote from The Seduction of Innocence, which, as you people who don't know, was the guy who basically made the comic book code, who came out against comic books, because comic books were evil and influencing, bad influence on kids and all that shit out in the 50s. So that's a comic.
I'm gonna make a sidebar here.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying, and I've been hearing this, that DC kind of sided with him to get rid of their competition. Because notice every other comic book company got pretty much banned or went away except for them. EC, Wiz, all of the guys went away because the comic code. Because none of their competition met the requirements of the comic code.
Yeah, and then Wonder Woman got all domesticated.
Right.
Yeah, they weren't fighting villains anymore. They were doing stupid, Superboy was going on field trips and shit. They were boring.
Right.
And until Marvel came out and then did all this cool monsters superheroes. Fantastic
Right.
Four.
Hulk, Fantastic
Yeah,
Four, Mole Man, all this shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So there's that quote from him, and then right under that is a quote from Todd McFarlane, and it just says,
Okay.
"Kids love chains." So I think he's commenting on comic book fans and then non-comic book fans, because there's like a big anti-comic book superhero like population. While this chick is Ellie, where she's walking to her job, while she's walking to the comic book store that she works at, she's dressed in cosplay and she's going through all these protesters, these anti-mask protesters.
I see what
Yes.
you're doing, Danny Cates.
Yeah, saying, down with superheroes. Superheroes are evil. Comic books are evil. Because look what happened in Denver.
Mm-hmm. Mark McCall for the Life in a Small Town. Sounds like that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I never read that, but yeah, it's like I said, it's very meta. It's making all these references to what's going on today. These protesters, they're, comic books are evil. And that kind of ties into what's going on now. Comic book movies took over Hollywood, and everybody was trying to mimic what Marvel, the MCU, was doing. And then you have Martin Scorsese and all these film buffs that are like anti-comic book movies and anti-superhero movies. So he's sort of referencing all that stuff, which so there's so many layers to this book, which I find interesting. I'm just wondering where the story is. I guess I'm getting lost where the story. Okay, they find this kid. She's actually from the comic book world, and she knows Superman. I guess that's it,
It's almost like it would have just been better if Danny Cates just made an editorial, instead of just even writing a narrative,
Yeah. So I'm not sure what if I'm interested in the story. It's just all these ideas, sort of, which I can dig. I'm totally digging the commentary. I totally get what he's saying. It's just, where's this going? I'm not sure if I'm going to get to the second issue, or if I might wait for trade, but it's interesting to say the least. I think it was a little overhyped. I know people were saying this was like the biggest thing since sliced bread. It's Donny Cates. Everyone's on the Donny Cates hype. And it's his brand new book, indie book. So yeah, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. There was enough there to keep me interested. I'm just not sure about the story yet. I guess I might read the second one just to see, like I said, interesting. The story's a little I'm not going to say bad, because he's a good writer. He hooks you in. It's just not much there yet, so.
Right. I'm pretty sure to get fleshed out, in due time. So, all right. Next book, what we got? Okay. This was actually a sleeper hit for me, Eli. I wasn't expecting this to be okay. So what we got here is, do I have it? Crap, I don't have it. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I was going to do U.S. Agent number 1.
Okay.
It's actually called U.S. Agent American Zealot number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just put it back on this right now. So basically what the story is, and I'm gonna show you now. Here's the reason I picked up this book, because I like U.S. Agent. Why the fuck I want a second-rate Captain America? Until I found out that it was written by Christopher Priest. That caught my attention. So I was like, okay, because you got Donny Cates doing, I'm sorry, not Donny Cates, Ta-Nehisi Coates doing Black Panther. I'm sorry, Ta-Nehisi Coates not doing Black Panther, he's doing Captain America.
Yeah.
And then you had Christopher Priest, who basically reinvigorated Black Panther, is doing U.S. Agent. I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see where this goes, So American Zealots is what the story is called. So basically how the story starts off, then you start off with him. Christopher Priest always, if anybody is familiar with, and that's the, you have to know how to read a Christopher Priest story, because his stories are different. They always start off like a documentary style. This one does the same way. So documentary style is basically how these miners lost their job because of big corporation, and then this new corporation came in named Virago or something like that. Basically almost bled the town dry. They started some internet company. They don't spend money in the city. They don't even buy groceries from it. So these town people just got fucking pissed off and just blew up the building. They're like, fuck it. They just blew up the building. So when they blew up the building, they got the attention of the government. And apparently this building that they blew up was actually used to be it's not a real tech company. It's a front for a shield organization. So it's really a shield base they blew up. But they thought that it was a building that's just fucking around. So they blew up a shield base. They actually got in contact with the nearest agent they could get there to investigate what was going on, and it was U.S. agent, because U.S. agent was actually in charge of watching that building. So when the building got blew up, that's like his job to find out what the hell was going on.
Well, he fucked up.
Right, he fucked up. But here's the thing: people actually don't even want him there. It's like some kind of snafu of people like, you know what? Since U.S. agent is a fuck up, I'm gonna just send him out there anyway to get some more shit fucked up. So some other shit goes on with this. So U.S. agent isn't even in that town. He's actually in New York right now, and he's ordering pizzas. And every time he orders a pizza, he pulls a gun on the pizza boy and throws him in the basement. Yeah. So that's the story of what's going on right now. And then you go to the basement, and it's nothing but pizza boys down there. And pizza girls too. Basically, anybody that delivers pizza, he just throws them in the basement, just hold like that. They're like, "What the hell is he doing?" So it's crazy. So eventually, the next pizza boy he finds like this 60-year-old Asian dude, and he pulls the gun on him. He was like, "Open the pizza." You're like, "Nah, you open the pizza." They're like, "I got a gun on you." "Yeah, I see that gun. It's an HK MI5 assault rifle, with a blowback clip and recoil, stuff like that." They're like, "Huh? Yeah, that's a cool gun, but what's gonna happen if I pull a gun on you?" You're like, "Who sent you?" You're like, Moe's Pizza." "No, not that, dumbass. Who sent you? NSA, Interpol, Shield." They're like, "No, Moe's Pizza." "Why you got a gun on you?" "Because I'm a police delivery driver. I have to carry a gun on me at all times." So he tries to throw him in the basement, and it turns out dude knows karate, throws him in the basement. He throws U.S. agent in the basement. And then he was like, "Where's your bathroom?" So then U.S. agent gets out of the, gets from under the basement. They start fighting, and this dude just kicks the shit out of him. And then after a while, he just beats the shit out and throws the wall and everything like that. So after a while, they just decide to eat the pizza that he all stole from those pizza boys, and they sit there and they watch Barbarella. Just in there talk, get to know each other, shit like that. Yeah. Weird story. All right. So anyway, he gets word. Okay. The whole reason this is going on because there's supposed to be an assassin coming to kill this guy in the house he's in. This isn't U.S. agent's house. He's house sitting for somebody that's supposed to, and it might be a pizza man coming to assassinate, like a bomb in a pizza box, something like that. So what he does, it turns out that there is an assassin in a pizza delivery guy coming, drives up to the thing, and he throws his shield at him. Turns out his shield gets destroyed throwing it at him because his shields no longer, he no longer has invincible shields. His shields get destroyed every time. So you guys get a new shield every time. And while he's doing is about to fuck this dude up, one of the kids like, "Hey, Captain America, sign my cast." He's like, "Man, fuck off, kid." Because they think he's Captain America and shit, Anyway, he gets a message that building, Virago building, that Shield front agency has been blown up. So he takes the Asian dude with him. He was like, something to write to you. He like, "Jackie Chan, you coming with me? I don't know who you are." He was like, "Man, why you gotta be so fucking racist?" And matter of fact, he calls him Red the whole time. He like, "Why you keep calling me Red? Red state, redneck. I can smell, racism on you, because that's basically what John U.S. agent is. He's basically a racist MAGA hat wearing Trump supporter Captain America. That's what he is, So they drive, they talk around. He like, "Okay, so where did you learn all this shit? Where did you learn how to shoot these guns? Where did you do this karate?" They're like, "I just been around. That's all. I'm just run with you because I'm a 60-year-old pizza man. What is my other option? You going on an adventure, so I'm gonna just go with you." So they go there. They find out who blew up the building. U.S. agent jumps out of the base, with his U.S. agent shield like that. Shield gets destroyed. He runs into these other bad guys. We don't know who they are. And one of them takes the mask off, and it is his sister. Okay. The end. Yeah. It was kind of set up. He having flashbacks about his sister, about whatever, but that was weird. And I'm pretty sure that'll show up later on, stuff like that. Anyway, fun story. Christopher Priest still got it when he got it. You don't know what you're going to get with a Christopher Priest story. You might get a good story. You might get a weird story. I don't know. This was a pretty fun, good, weird story. Overall, when it's said and done, he's having fun with U.S. agent. He's leaning into that. Here's the thing about U.S. agent. Like, he was always like this patriotic, right-wing character ever since he was made in the 80s. But ever since Trump got elected, they like really leaned into U.S. agent. He had been disappeared for like 10 years. But then he like made a resurgence. He showed up in like Sam Wilson's Falcon book because of course, he's not going to, like Falcon, Falcon being new Captain America, and I'm trying to think. The reason I got this book is I'm trying to see, does this book still hold up? Because like I said, Eli, technically we're in a post-Trump America. I mean, it's maybe kind of not really. So I'm trying to see, does this book feel dated already? Because like I said, they made this in response for Trump.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that is, I mean, Trump just made, and I'm not saying all Trump supporters are racist, but Trump made it, he made the racists come out and feel like they could, because they were in the closet, and then they came out more and were
right. You can't say that, you can't do this.
Yeah, they made themselves known.
Right.
So that's always been there. I mean, racism has always been, and racism is just a part of America.
Right. And this thing I've said earlier, like Trump didn't create ugly America. Ugly America created Trump.
Yeah. He appealed to a demographic,
because at the end of the day, he's a businessman. Supply and demand.
He knew what he was doing. He knew his that's why he would never condemn, the Proud Boys or whatever. He would never condemn white supremacists, the good people on both sides, because he knew if he did, he would lose that support. And
right. Because that's what got him where he was. So I keep turning back on him. Right?
So I was never surprised at the shit he said, because he was catering to his audience, and part of his audience were bigots.
Right.
That's just a fact. I'm not saying
the thing was, if it wasn't Trump, it would have been somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying all Trump supporters are racist. People just are people. I mean, American politics are so tribal. It's left and right, you against you or you against me, and there's a part of that. There's a part of that we're on both sides. Just I'm gonna say on both sides that just hate each other just because they're on the other side, and that's it. Some conservatives just want to own liberals. That's period. If it's liberal, that they're against it. They don't know why. They just don't like liberals. That's it.
Right.
So yeah, that's always there. So I don't know. Going is it post-Trump America? We're just not going to see him.
Right.
But
it's almost like, okay, like there's a comic book podcast, almost like Joker War, where Joker empowered all of these assholes to run around in clown masks and shit like that.
Yeah.
But then when he disappeared, the assholes in clown masks, they just went back home.
They just went home.
Yeah. So they're still there. They're just in hiding. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably not going to see MAGA hats anymore.
Right.
But they're still there. I mean, there's still that population. There's still white supremacists out there that still don't want me and you existing. And that's they've been there since the dawn of this country,
Right. And that's the thing. Like, is it a bad thing or a good thing that Trump did it? Because, like I said, Trump exposed who the racists are. You see a guy walking around with a Confederate flag or a MAGA hat or anything like that, you like, okay, I know to stay away from that guy. Okay, I know what this guy's politics are. Now, if MAGA goes away, we don't know. I mean, we can probably more or less guess, but at least he's not just wearing it on his shirt or wearing it on his hat now, who these people are.
Yeah, because it was happening before. It was happening during Obama. I'm not saying
the Tea Party,
MAGA hat. I mean, they weren't wearing MAGA hats, but there was All Lives Matter during the Obama years, the last couple of Obama years. I mean, Ferguson happened under Obama,
That's true. And it's almost like I said, it's kind of a podcast. I want to make this kind of like Obama and Trump are almost two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Priest is a fun writer's books feels like it's tying in with Falcon Winter Soldier, hype to U.S. agent. Yeah, definitely doing that, even though that Falcon Winter Soldier book sucked. But this is actually pretty fun. They feel like two sides of the same coin. At the end of the day, like Trump, like Obama uprooted racism also, like exposed racism also. Like just him being in office, brought the crazies out. And Trump just almost like carried the torch. It's weird, but it almost feel like that 1-2 combo got us where we are right now.
Yeah. Like Obama was one extreme and Trump was the other extreme.
It's almost like Batman and Joker. Like, okay, this side, needed something to go against Bush because Bush just completely fucked the country all to hell. So that's when they got Obama. And then the other side that was said about Obama, we need something like an equal opposite reaction to him.
Yeah.
Like just like Batman and the Joker, we need something to combat this.
8 years of Obama brought us fucking mumble rap and fucking the wokeness and the PC over PC, culture,
Right. I mean, hell, Miles Morales is a direct response from Obama.
Yeah, and people got tired of that shit. And here comes Trump talking his shit because he was good at it.
Like I said, Palpatine.
Yeah, he was good at talking shit, and he wasn't PC. He was basically saying the shit that everyone was afraid to say because they get canceled.
Right.
And people like that, and that's why he got there. He was popular with people. I mean, I'm not going to go.
I mean, we could do a whole podcast. We're not going to, but we could have done a whole podcast on this. But how Trump came to power, honestly, is not surprising. That's all we're trying to say. It's not surprising.
Yeah.
So
and again, it also goes to our voting numbers.
Yep.
When you look at the reality, there isn't a lot of people who vote. The voting population is very little.
Right, but that's the thing. This voting election here is the biggest turnout in U.S. history.
Yeah, and that's still 70. 70 million people voted for Trump? 73 million people voted for Biden.
Right, could have been more. Yeah.
So you got take that population, 70 million people. There's 300 million people in this country. So that's not even a quarter of the country population.
Right.
Voting, and they're deciding for the rest of us. You know what I mean? So there's not a lot of people voting, and that's the problem too. So. But then again, half the population can't vote because they're under 18. But
right, honestly, the next thing that we need to do is find better candidates.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Biden, but like I said, he's almost 80 years old.
Yeah, there's a lot more people not voting than who voted.
And here's the thing. Nobody other than Biden had a chance of beating Trump. If Biden didn't run, Trump would have won again, like easily.
Yeah, and that was a good. I didn't think he was going to win.
Right, he's the only one he had a chance of winning.
Like with Hillary, when Bernie didn't get the nomination, I'm like, oh shit! I knew right then Trump's going to win because I know a bunch of like neo-progressive lefties who are like, Bernie or bust. The same thing happened this year when Bernie didn't get the nomination. I'm like, oh, here we go, Trump won. And I'm like. Like I said, I'm totally surprised. That's because I ain't got no faith in humanity, but
hopefully this will give you a little bit more, Eli. Come on, we haven't blown the Death Star yet, but we're almost there. We're making the final run.
Dogface 420, skating on his skateboard, drinking cranberry juice. He's Ant-Man. Like, oh, he's got the idea. He's giving us a little bit of hope.
Oh man, I was gonna do one more book, but honestly, I don't feel like it. It's whatever. Now that I think about the book, it kind of sucked. So, yeah. Anything else we got to talk? It was that Wolverine black and white and red and blood and guts and shit. It was.
I haven't read Wolverine like since the pandemic started.
Okay, well, if you read this, it's like that. So
we're living in the exposed era. Secrets are, what does it say?
Yeah, we're exposed. Their secrets are revealed. Well, he said reviled, but yeah.
Oh, revealing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, how do we go back? Like I said, Trump and Obama, you can say both open a Pandora's box that we can't go back from. We've always racism in America and hatred and bigotry in America has always been America's like ugliest or like worst kept secret.
Yes.
But now it's no longer a secret.
I mean, we saw it with Obama. When Obama won, you had a bunch of people saying, all right, Obama won. We're fucking taking over. The revolution started. I can't wait to get my Obama prize in the mailbox. No, Obama's just a politician. He controls money,
Right.
And the same thing when Trump got in there. When Trump got in there, yes, all you darkies are taking off. This is Trump's America now. And that ain't how it works, asshole.
But that's the thing. They represent, even though that they only have one job, but they both, Obama and Trump, represented something bigger. They were a symbol for something bigger.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it. They want people to vote for them. They're applying for a job. The job is controlling the money. That's all they do. They're applying for the job. They want people to vote for them, to give them the job. And so, yeah, they cater to people's interests. And that's what they do. That's what politicians do. They talk a bunch of shit to get the job.
Right.
But
Whatever they need to say to get your vote, they will do it.
Yeah. In the end, they're just controlling money. I mean, some people want money, to pay for schools and healthcare. Some people want their money going towards the military because they're afraid, the U.S. is going to be attacked by somebody. And they're not wrong. Nobody's wrong. We all have our concerns. They're all valid concerns. It's just, what do you pick?
Right.
Like
we gotta whichever one speaks to you. That's all.
Yeah.
So all I can say next election, do not vote for Kanye. What the fuck was he doing on my ballot? That's what the fuck I want to know. Like, why? What the fuck? He never stepped foot in Mississippi.
I voted early. I voted like a couple months ago, and he was on the ballot.
Wow.
And I was like, what the man? And 60,000 people voted for his ass. I'm like, oh,
this is America.
That's America, man.
That's America.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't have it. I have no faith in humanity.
Like every bad shit that has happened to us, we damn near deserve it. I mean,
yeah.
Oh shit. Anything else we love to talk about? Like I said, I'm booked out. So
yeah, so am I. So
all right, cool. If you listen this long, if you like, share, subscribe, I promise you, we will not be this political next episode. We got this shit out of our system. We're done. We're gonna just talk nerd shit the rest of the time. Honestly, I don't know what's happening next week. PlayStation, Xbox thing come out next week. I'm not getting either one.
Mando. We can go back to talking about Mando.
Let's go back talking about Mando. Why does Mando have fucking a Trump villain in this shit? We got just talk about. Yeah, like I said, we'll talk about it next week. But until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
Cause you ain't got no reason.